episode of Foodie Friday. If you haven't seen my last episode, I made chicken pot pie. I will have a link for it up here, so go ahead and check it out. It's really fast and really simple. Today I'm making goulash. This is one of my favorite meals to make because it's good and it makes a lot. It's not as fast as some of my other meals. It does take about 45 minutes to make, but it is very worth it. I just love aprons. I collect them. This one's probably my favorite. I got it in Savannah and it wraps all the way around me. So I can just like wipe here, which is what I usually do. I just love it. It's my favorite. And it came from the store Paris Market, which is an awesome store in Savannah. If you haven't been, it's super cute. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove on to about medium-high heat. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil in, not very much because the beef is already going to have oil in it, but just enough to kind of make it so it doesn't stick. I'm using about a pound, a little bit over a pound and a quarter of ground beef. I have made this recipe with veggie crumbles before, so if you are a vegetarian, vegan, and you're okay with soy, you can do it. You can use that instead. I've had it like that, and even Robert liked it. While the meat is browning, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this onion. I buy minced garlic in bulk because I use it a lot and I hate chopping up garlic. So I just buy it like this and I go through it really fast. And I'm also going to chop up my 2 peppers. You're going to want to add 4 cloves of garlic, which is equal to about 2 teaspoons of already minced garlic. I've already put in 1 teaspoon, so I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon. The next ingredient is supposed to be red wine. I don't drink red wine. Instead, I use balsamic vinegar. It's a similar taste in the sense that it gives you kind of that dry taste, but I'm not going to use as much of the balsamic vinegar as I would red wine. The recipe calls for half a cup. I'm really just going to use a dash because the main reason you would use the red wine in a recipe like this is for kind of that kick, but also to deglaze. So what that means is when you are cooking and you get those little crispy bits on the bottom, red wine or something like a vinegar will help release those bits, and that's where all the flavor is. So I'm just going to add probably about, I would say about a tablespoon. Next is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, Next, I am adding 2 bay leaves. A funny story about bay leaves is you use it a lot in Cuban cooking. You use it for your rice or your beans, or really for anything. And the tradition is that if you get a bay leaf in your meal, if it's in your bowl, then it's good luck. So this next ingredient is where I kind of changed the recipe a little bit. This is what I have on hand. The recipe calls for half a tablespoon of oregano and half a tablespoon of basil. Well, I don't have dried basil, so I just use Italian seasoning because I know it has both of those things in it, plus a little extra, and I just go ahead and use 1 tablespoon. Next, we are doing red pepper flakes. You can use as much or as little as you want. You actually don't even need them in the recipe if you don't want them. It's just for a little added kick, so I just do a few little shakes. I am going to turn the heat back down to about medium. I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes. Just kind of let it simmer, let all those flavors just kind of blend together. Let the liquid cook down a little bit, and then I'll be adding the macaroni. Do you hear that? So good. It smells so good. Even the dogs are at it. She's sniffing. What's that smell? What's that smell? Huh? So now I'm at the point where I can go ahead and put in the macaroni. You're gonna need 2 cups. The great thing about this recipe is it uses a lot of ingredients that you already have, like balsamic, soy sauce, the spices. Really all you need to buy are the onion, the peppers, if you don't have the canned things, the meat. But the macaroni you can use twice because you're only going to use half the box for this one recipe. So you're just going to need 2 cups of macaroni. Now it looks like a little bit of macaroni right now, but you have to remember that macaroni, as it cooks, it expands. So you are going to want to keep an eye out while this is cooking. If it seems like it's out of liquid, which I can already tell I'm going to need to add some liquid, I'm going to go ahead and add about half a cup of water, because what's going to happen is this macaroni is going to soak up that liquid and it's going to poop up. It's going to get bigger. So I want to make sure it doesn't run out of liquid, because then everything will burn. It'll take about 10 minutes for the macaroni to cook. You'll know because it'll be big and plump, and then you can just taste one. At this time, everything's cooked and ready to eat, so it's just the macaroni that you're waiting for it to be done. So guys, here's the finished product. Goulash. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. Oh, it smells so good. It's so good. Very comforting food. I love to make this when it's raining outside. It's just a really comforting food. I also like to make it on Friday nights so we can have something to eat on Saturday if we're running a lot of errands, or even on Saturday night so we have something to eat after church the next day, because it makes a lot. But another great thing about this recipe as well is it is a one-pot meal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Foodie Friday, having goulash. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you do decide to make this dish, please take a picture of it and tag us on Instagram at Kalyn&Robert, and leave a comment below. Have you ever tried goulash? I'll see you guys next time. Bye!